Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor Martyr. My name is Wilfred. So in this video, I'd like to just play a little bit of the Void Crusade again for you guys. This is going to be the Ivory Void Crusade, something I have not put into camera, although I've done it before in the past. And from a season perspective, I'm really happy to say that I'm towards the very end of the tier. So I'm I cleared the tier 4, so I'm on tier 5, which is heroic. And that would require me to achieve certain things. I think, it should be pretty okay. I'm kind of upbeat about it still. I mean, there may be something that is pretty hard, like this guy here. I'm not quite sure. But I've got quite a lot of stuff already done up very nicely. So I'm looking forward to first time ever finishing the season. And you'll hear more from me. And I'm level 96. I must say that anything beyond 70 to 80, I mean, things are getting really slow because there's no story to get you XP. You have to do a lot of intel kind of mission, or just mission, or DLC, or even Void Crusade to get more XP to get into level 100. But so far it's been shaping up pretty well. I'm using a great sword build, which is a lot of a spinning going on. And a bit of armor breaking as well if I need to deal with a single target. So some of these are pretty good for single target, but I do have the spinning as well. I do have a second set, which is a gravel gun. So in the event whereby there is something quite hard to deal with, I can do a gravity implosion plus some of these things that can channel to do a bit more better AoE kind of attack. So that is something I'm gaming for right now. My gear is still very much suboptimal, I would say, although I put a lot of very nice SAM discipline and SAM code on it, but it's ranging from 70-ish, some are 61 as well. So it's ranging 70 to 90, I would say. So, not the most ideal, but I'm doing pretty okay so far. So now the Ivory map is one of the map that is very, very tedious. I would say I have to do 26 missions altogether, and usually do about 24. You can get to the end of the Void Crusade. So there's a lot, pretty long kind of journey to get to where I am today. I just lack with one covert mission, as well as one supreme mission that I'll do. But all in all, I've done everything. Unfortunately, just like many things in the past, I miss out one info fragment that would give me insight on what the loot boxes is going to be. I was doing this secret mission, one of the intel pursuit kind of mission. It's very, very tough. I have to try so many times. I found that the guardsman's health is a little bit too low, always get destroyed. I can't get the intel from them because I need to go to save them, get the intel, and then retrieve the intel. That was the whole mission. But that was one of the toughest one. And in the midst of all this hectic life, trying to save the guardsman, trying to get the intel, I forgot that there's an info fragment somewhere in the map as well, which I've totally missed out. So that's rather unfortunate. I feedback to the developer as well. I think this mission is a little bit too hard for people in general, because the guardsmen just die too fast. There's nothing I can do as a melee. I don't do range that well, so unfortunate for me. But all in all, I opened up the map pretty well. There was 1+8 map, and there's 2+6. So these are pretty okay. I can handle those pretty well. Left with one covert mission, which I'm going to bump up the level. 96 is a bit too low for me to do, because you want to get a lot of XP out from all this loot and so on. There are 3 options for Supreme Mission, ranging from the easiest one to the hardest one. So this is the 105, this is 104, and this is 98. So I'll go for 98, probably bump it up to 2 levels, nothing too crazy here on camera, to just finish the Supreme Mission. You may wonder why some are 105, some are 104, some are 98. It depends on how this path is being opened up, because the level of the mission is being determined by when the path towards the mission is available, and all these paths will have +2, +1 kind of difficulty level up to +13. So you really don't want to mess up the pathing of it, because otherwise you end up with a very, very difficult map to try to finish. So okay, so I'm trying to get the one more key by covering the covert mission, and after that I'll do some other things as well, which one the supreme mission. Now Taraka is a great thing. You can use it to up the difficulties of the mission quite a fair bit. So and of course plus the reward. So my XP is this much, which is not a lot. So usually I bump up by 5 level, become 101. So if I select this one, they say each death decrease the maximum HP of character by 25%, which is fine because I seldom really, because my character is really tanky, so I can take this one. I usually take Venom. By the way, I'm close to my next upgrade, which is the more than one melee enemy in the melee enemy groups. It could be quite annoying one for purge mission because you end up with more enemies to purge, and also that will apply to things like villain and commander and what have you. I think all the champion will also get +1 if they are melee. Let's see what kind of XP can I boost up to. You can have all receive and +1 champion. That will make it even more harder. But I mean, if for the good of the camera, I think it's good, and I get quite a fair bit of XP on that. So let's roll with it and see what this one would look like. I hope it's not too insane, but I suspect it will probably be a little bit challenging. I can always switch to range build as well if things go a little bit too crazy. There's no time limit for this mission. There are cards that would impose a time limit on, as a random kind of like affixes to make the map more difficult, but not for this one. So purge mission is always interesting. Yeah, another way I could do is that there's something called, let me just show it to you guys. There's something called the heroic, I can't show it because now I'm in the mission, heroic beat, and it's something that you could have like a 30% on range and 30% on melee kind of kill, and that will give you kind of achievement that will open up some other passive as well, or trait. So I kind of use that sometimes. So maybe what I'll do in this mission is do a little bit of like a range and a little bit of like melee, so they can see a little bit difference from what I am. Now you may see that, wow, this guy is doing pretty well, it looks so simple, let's spin to win. Well, the reality is that if I stop spinning, and sometimes I do have to either get like charged or get like stun or so on. Once I stop spinning, man, the health drop a lot because the spinning does the magic. The spinning does the does a buff on the attack as well as to the heat, health on heat and so on. So the spinning actually has a certain kind of good thing to it. But once I stop spinning, then things are a bit dicey, I would say. Okay, so I'm just doing a little bit of spinning for you guys here. 101 map. I'm 96, so it's 5 level above me. Nothing too crazy. It's quite doable, I would say. You don't have to use the tarot card, of course. You could just play safe a little bit, but sometimes you say, well, what's the fun if you don't kind of do something crazy, I would say. Alright, so just a bit of spinning to here, and the group a whole bunch there. Now let me do a range build here. So range build looks something like that. It's just a bit different. You can do a cover as well if you so want to. It's a bit slower, I would say, but it's not as crazy as yeah, I mean, that's really not like not as exciting, I would say, because I'm not really a range build. But my range is I mean, it's workable. If there are situations whereby there's a lot of fires and I can't really get into the area, so range would be quite nice for me to like all this fire, I can tackle them from afar as well. But obviously you see that things getting a little bit like slower as well for all this like range build. But yeah, and you may overheat as well. So let me switch back to melee build as well. So melee definitely is a little bit more fluid and a little bit more fun, I would say. But I mean, range is competent, I would say. Right? I mean, range is competent. You can burn things quite fast as well if you position the. Of course, I've got like a very nice passive to make it work as well. So yep, let me see. Yep, this one shot them. Oh, done is it? So the fun is really about like if you like, you can do a bit of like range and melee. Kind of fun as well. Yeah. So all these things like range and melee done. Yeah, I mean it's all right. You just have to watch out for the overheat kind of thing. And if since I'm not really spec for it, you know, there's some really interesting kind of mechanism to deal with the overheat kind of issue. They give you more kind of like DPS if you are at the 50% overheat. A little bit like Marvel Heroes in the past. A lot of very interesting mechanic when it comes to all these range builds. So I like it. Just that, you know, I'm quite tanky as well. So that helps. I mean, then after that I can do like a kind of melee as well. So that is okay. Right. The main reason why I'm doing all the things that I'm doing right now is just trying to get the heroic deed. I'll show you in a bit, and that will give me an option for the trade or passive. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Override this guy. Yeah. Man, this is taking a while. Yep. Yeah, so you could actually override this guy and turn all his turret to your advantage. So I can do a range build, support on my turret here. Yeah. I mean, I'm rather tanky. I mean, even if I'm standing right in the middle of all these things, seems okay. I'm doing okay. Yeah. Now, do I have to do range? I really don't need to. Just for you guys to see. Now, this is a shrine. There's a seasonal shrine, so it could be. Yeah, this is good. All the currency. Sometimes you spawn a boss. So yeah. Yeah, sometimes I just like spam something here and watch them disintegrate, which is also not too bad. I would say it's more relaxing than the melee build, I guess. You know, it's just watch it melt. That's it. The grav gun. Yeah, just about it. It's just they still melt. You know. Yeah. I think I've got 30% of range kill, so let me just go into melee and finish off everything here. So as you see, the melee is more bombastic, I would say, more fun. It's a lot more exciting, a lot more mobility. So instead of range, it's more like, you know, just trying to AOE a place, group the mob on it, and do like a channel scale to it. So this one is more mobility. The other one is more like, you know, range is more. Yeah, range is more like you just have to patiently wait for them to get melted. I guess the time is actually quite the same, I must say, between the melee and range. It's just that because melee seems to be doing something all the time, you feel that time flies a little bit better. Alright, so yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it could well be the same. Done.
Once again, the enemies of the Imperium failed miserably.
Right, cool. So that is a quick demo of the range and melee kind of like combo together. And now I'm going for my Supreme mission. It's not going to be too hard. I'm just going to bump it to level 100, kind of 4 level above me. And we'll see how that goes. Should be quite straightforward, I hope. Alright, fantastic. I've got the... so I've collected another key here. And, you know, for the life of me, I do not understand why I missed out. I don't understand what happened. I thought I've already completed this mission. And this is now grayed out to me. There must be a bug somewhere. Because clearly I've completed it. It's a purge. And I should have collected the extra key as well, I believe, because I've all done the convert to a mission. But why is it not marked as a complete? I really do not know. This is very strange. So what I'll do is that I'll have to probably come back to I'll probably come back to the game and see what happened to my sort of like you know. Yeah, it's very strange. It's very strange. But anyway, the heroic deed that I was talking about is really really this one here. The if I look at the Crusader only, there's one that you do 30% melee and 30% range. You can unlock the Tactical Mastery perk, which I just need 2 more missions. I find the perk is the best way for me to do this, because I can see from the progress bar, once I hit like halfway done, I can switch to range or melee. Then I can complete the rest. So allow me to come back to this again. I really don't know what happened. So it'll be part 1 and part 2. So part 1, the covert mission that obviously failed on me, because I've done it. It just doesn't register, doesn't give me a key. So I don't know. I probably have to log a bug report. All right, cool. I'll come back in just a bit. All right, see you in a bit. Bye.